In a vast expanse of fields, now transformed into a death arena on Ukraine's eastern front line, the skies once again testified to the tactical superiority of Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles. An FPV drone unit from the 414th UAV Brigade, Birds of Magyar, conducted a precision operation against Russian infantrymen attempting to defend themselves in open ground. Footage from the drone's camera revealed a terrifying scene. A desperate Russian soldier desperately trying to stop the drone's advance. He fired into the air, ran, and hid behind small pieces of rubble. But the FPV drone continued to circle, toying with him, dancing across the ground before locking onto its target with deadly accuracy. Seconds passed. The soldier's last attempt at defense only to end in panic. The drone dived sharply, crashing right near his position, a small explosion shaking the dry ground, ending the merciless resistance. But the operation wasn't over yet. In the open field, several other Russian troops attempting to retreat or seek cover were quickly detected. The Ukrainian FPV operator, with the composure of a seasoned hunter, aimed drone after drone at every enemy movement visible on the screen. One by one, the hotspots on the thermal map disappeared, each explosion signifying one less invader from Ukrainian soil. This attack reaffirmed the superiority of the Birds of Magyar FPV drones in individual precision operations in open terrain. But the operator also described the moment as the enemy's last dance on land that is not theirs. The unit also declared, "As long as the filth from the east still dares to creep into our land, the hunting season will never end." Every day on the Ukrainian battlefield, this same drama repeats itself, where technology, composure, and the operator's courage replace traditional duels with 21st century precision warfare. And for the invaders from the east, there is no hiding place under the skies guarded by Ukraine's deadly birds. In the Lyman direction, the 52nd Artillery Brigade's arrival fundamentally shifted the battlefield mathematics, giving Ukrainian forces sustained firepower to engage every Russian crossing site and staging area. Here, Ukrainian air, drone, and heavy tube artillery are systematically cutting crossings and destroying reserves before they can mass. Now those interdictions are causing Russian logistics to collapse, as bridging efforts stall under repeated strikes, supply columns fragment, and armored groups lose the sustainment and momentum they would need to close on Lyman. Russian commanders appear to be preparing a classic combined assault, hoping to rush into the outskirts of the town, establish a foothold, and allow infiltration groups to spread behind Ukrainian lines. To accomplish this, large armored formations are already moving into staging areas. Russian engineer detachments work tirelessly to build pontoon crossings over the Zherobets River, and supplies are readied for the urban battle to begin. Unfortunately for the Russians, Ukrainians spotted this sudden, large-scale activity already from the start and are working to put a deliberate stop to the Russian master plan. Geolocated footage shows an airstrike recently striking a crossing that engineers were preparing over the Zherobets River near Balka Zhiravka. Additional footage shows Ukrainian airstrikes continuing to destroy Russian bridging efforts, each strike using 2 bombs to double the damage and ensure successful strikes, setting back Russian preparation days, if not weeks, till new equipment can arrive. The GBU-39 air-launched bombs that Ukrainians are using show incredible resistance to Russian GPS jamming, as a total of 5 bridges were hit and completely destroyed. Simultaneously, Ukrainian FPV drone operators are striking Russian tanks as they are moving up their remaining reserves all the way near the front line, most notably scoring a confirmed hit on a modern T-90M Prorив tank near the village of Terny. Unfortunately for the Russians, Ukrainian reinforcements have strengthened their position as a new tube artillery brigade recently augmented the 3rd Army Corps. The 52nd Separate Artillery Brigade, created and publicized through volunteer fundraising and unit announcements, has been added. Notably, this unit sports domestically produced Bodana self-propelled artillery systems, alongside other 152 to 155 mm tube artillery. This addition places significantly more sustained firepower directly to the Lyman sector, able to engage river approaches, road nodes, and staging areas repeatedly and accurately, while moving away before being hit by Russian counter-battery strikes. Since the reinforcements arrived, Ukrainian artillery has been busy, as multiple shows of complete fire control confirm coordinated tube artillery missions against Russian ground lines of communication, bridging works, and rear area reserves. Artillery coverage now spans full depth of Russian approach routes. From geolocated footage shows towed and self-propelled guns firing in registered missions, followed by observable secondary explosions on targeted crossings and Russian vehicle concentrations. The combined effect is immediate, as even Russian engineers cannot construct crossings under sustained Ukrainian artillery fire, and Russian reserve armor is eliminated or dispersed before it can mass. Operationally, this shifts the dynamics in two decisive ways. Firstly, the range and volume of Ukrainian tube artillery now cover the full depth of Russian crossing sites, meaning Ukrainians no longer rely solely on air or FPV strikes to stop Russian bridge building and assault preparations. Secondly, the detection-to-engagement chain has drastically shortened, as Ukrainian reconnaissance drones spot crossing works or vehicle concentrations several kilometers back, and the new plentiful artillery crews deliver devastating fire, while follow-up drones or artillery strikes exploit the damage and finish off what remains. The result is that the large armored thrust planned by the Russians to reach Liman is being disassembled in stages before they can even consider launching the attack. Overall, concentrating armor for a single decisive push has handed Ukraine a predictable series of targets at, and makes engineers and bridging crews highly vulnerable while they work. Those Russian bridging assets will be forced to choose between finishing crossings under constant fire or trying dispersed and nocturnal methods that sacrifice the tempo and cohesion needed for a rapid breakthrough. By contrast, Ukraine's layered interdiction, combining air and FPV strikes with persistent tube artillery fires and targeted airstrikes, turns approach roads and river crossings into kill zones rather than simple avenues of advance. If this pattern holds, Liman will be defended in depth, as the town itself will remain protected and surrounding by pre-designated fire zones and zeroed-in highly mobile artillery systems, as even Russian infiltration groups will now come under constant Ukrainian